You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For whatever reason, it's emergency podcast time again. And I thought I would have one more go at emergency questions from the Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast app. I'm giving it one more chance because last time I did this, I wasn't very keen on some of the questions that came up and didn't feel I could answer some of them. So this is the last time I'm going to do this particular version of this. So, random question. What is love anyway? Okay, and subsidiary question. Does anybody love anybody? Oh, I see. It's a quote from a song. Ha, very ha. What's the least amazing coincidence that you have ever experienced? I mean, what? If you had the choice between ending all war or personally receiving 10 million, but war would continue as before, which would you choose? It depends what it means by end all war. So if it means end all war forever, so there will never be another war, then I would choose to do that. However, if it just means end all current wars, but tomorrow another war could start up again, then I would take the 10 million because let's face it, if it's just about stopping the wars now, we are irrepressibly warlike and there's no way that something else wouldn't kick off tomorrow. So like I say, permanent resolution, absolutely. If it's just for today, then I'll have the 10 million, please. Okay, what's the best museum you've ever been to? I really enjoyed the Science Museum in London. They had this exhibit, which isn't there anymore, as far as I know, which was literally just this huge room full of sort of screens, but it was dark, and all it would do is random stuff would get quoted off the internet, and it would come up on the screen in visuals, and a little voice would read it out with lasers and sci-fi stuff, and it was cracking, and it didn't shy away from the darker side of the internet. So it was not darker, but filthy, shall I say. So it didn't try to pretend that one of the things that the internet allegedly is used quite a lot for is porn. So occasionally some of the things it would quote were quite rude, but it was just a really clever idea and a bit of an interesting snapshot on humanity at the time. But as I say, I think that exhibit's gone now. But yeah, Science Museum in London, really, really good. But I'm not even gonna read that question out. Which celebrity would you like to stroke your hair as you die? I'm going to take the fifth on that one. No, I'm not answering that one. Yeah, see, this is why I can't carry on doing these. If you had to have sex with a monster from Doctor Who, if you had to, which of his many foes would you choose? Well, it'd have to be something that wasn't actually alive because I wouldn't put anybody through that. So a rope, this is going to sound, I'm not sure I want to answer this. So a rope was something that basically wouldn't be bothered by what was happening to it. So I don't know. I suppose I'd like to see the look on a Cyberman's face. No, I'm not going to. Oh, I know. The Candyman from Happiness Patrol, because A, it's a robot, and B, it's made out of sweets. I'm going to stop there. Who is your favourite historical character? Favourite historical character? So somebody from history that I'm most interested in. I'm not, okay? Have you planned out what you would do in the event of a zombie apocalypse? Yes, I have. I would die. If you had to go on a week's holiday with a spitting image puppet, if you had to, which would you choose? Probably John Major, because the black and white version of the grey version of John Major, because that was quite funny and people would just look at it and go, what on earth is that? Do sperm have dreams? Presumably of eggs, I don't know. Okay, this question I'm about to ask is the one he's asked so many members of the audience. So many people on his podcast. It's a very silly question, but it's silly. I'm just going to read it out. Would you rather have a tit that dispenses talcum powder or a finger that can travel through time? What would you do with such power? Now, the thing about a finger that can travel through time is presumably it's not attached to your eyes. So whilst you could send it in time, you wouldn't be able to see what it was doing. So what would be the point? So I'm going to have a tit that dispenses talcum powder, please. Oh, good God, only 1 more minute to go. Thank God for that. Are you a racist? I like to think I'm not. I certainly don't harbour any deliberate racist views. However, there is allegedly a thing called... what's it called? Bias. It's a bias where you accidentally, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word for it now. There's a kind of bias where apparently, even though you're not deliberately racist, things that are in the back of your head come out. And it's not called confirmation bias. I can't remember what it's called. But no, I would like to think that I'm not. I certainly don't have any negative opinions about anybody based on their race. And I can't remember that bias is called, and it's going to annoy me now. Have you ever been infested by what exactly? No. Would you rather do a Freaky Friday vice versa with Brian Blessed or CJ from Eggheads? I don't know what a Freaky Friday vice versa is. But given that CJ from Eggheads has in a book said that he thinks he might have murdered someone, I think I'd rather that not catch up with me, so I'd rather be an exceptionally loud Shakespearean actor. That is the last emergency questions I'm going to do, mainly because I'm now going to spend the next half an hour pondering whether sperm have dreams or not. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a regular podcast. Take care, see you then, bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my Linktree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.